curious person? That's what I'm going to ask you today. I'm reading a book called The Curious Mind, which appealed to me because I have a very curious mind and I wanted to see what others had to say. And I'm showing you this bridge while I'm talking because I had a bit of a curious moment this morning. I've walked past that bridge a number of times now, and I've just kind of wandered by because the other track, is suitable. But this morning I kind of looked at it and went, I'm going to have a bit of a look, see what's over the other side of that track. And it's lovely over here on the other side of the bridge. So I went for a bit of a wander just to see what was over here. And for no other reason, just to see what was over here. So just a bit of curiosity. And, you've all met Sammy. Sammy's my golden retriever who is extraordinarily curious. He's just naturally curious about absolutely everything. He sniffs every time we go past a tree. He has to sniff it to see what it's about. He sees a bird and it's, ooh, bird. He sees a person, he's like, ooh, person. Ooh, rock on the floor. Ooh, what's going on over there? Here's a noise. He's just naturally a curious creature, and it's a beautiful thing to see. The book that I'm reading talks about curiosity in many different formats, but also says that it's great to be curious and having a look at, have a look at the world around you and explore the world around you and what's all going on. But you actually have to use that curiosity as well, or you're, a golden retriever, basically, because Sammy, he's extraordinarily curious about everything. He's right now keeping an eye on a guy and his dog that's wandering by. So he's just keeping a close eye. Look at this, ready? Aren't you? Just keeping a close eye on that. Yeah. What's that all about? Just having a bit of a browse and a bit of a look. Seeing what's up with that dog over there and that person over there. Just having a browse around, has a bit of a sniff. I think this is a lesson that we can learn from our golden retriever friend here, is to just have a bit of a look around, have a bit of a sniff around, smell the roses and all that junk. And what we can learn from Brian Grazer, who's the author of the book, is... Stop, Sammy. All right, you have a look at that. Yeah. All right, you sniff the thing. Sorry, he's just almost pulled me over trying to get to the dog that just wandered by. He was a little bit too curious. But what we can learn from Brian Grazer is to be curious, like a golden retriever, which is great, but also take that curiosity and use it for something. So use it for innovation, use it for creativity, use it for idea generation, use it for a different way. So Brian talks about these curiosity conversations that he had and still has, but he had them really early on in his career to find ideas for movies, and he believes this is what has actually made him great. So he's a very famous producer who has put together countless movies, particularly with Ron Howard as well. He did Apollo 13 and lots of other movies that are absolute classics. He produced 24, the series as well. So he's been very successful, and he puts it down to being really curious and using that curiosity to generate some new ideas. So that's the thought of the day, I guess, is to use your curiosity. Actually, firstly, to be curious. I think there's some people that just aren't curious, which it kind of, I guess, surprises me because I'm so curious. It is surprising that there is a book that's written about teaching people to be curious. I think for me it's just about, I explore constantly learning, constantly wanting to know different things. That's why I read so much, and that's why I blog and I look at blogs and I look at articles, and I'm always, checking out TED Talks, and I'm always having a bit of an exploration around my local area, or take a different street sometimes, just wander around the Backstreets, just to see what's around, like just to be curious, really. And I think a lot of my interesting ideas have come off the back of just wandering, just going for a walk or just wandering through a different town, and particularly through the Backstreets, just to find out literally what's there. So be curious and utilize your curiosity, and I suspect that this will probably come up a couple more times in our daily blogs. This is Michelle, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye bye.